All right, everybody, welcome back. As you know, the president has decided to pause for 90 days. And today, the market decided that it just wanted to bust out on that news, and that's exactly what it did. Everything just started going green on that news. And then they started breaking down what the president was going to do, and it ended up that it's a 90-day pause on raising it, and he lowered it to 10%, except for, of course, China. They got like 100 and something percent. And I think Canada still has a pretty good deal against them, too. So it's got it in for them folks. But hey, that's alright. So we got some bounces today, and if we look at where we are on most of the major stocks, most of them are still in bear territory. All right, even our B of A still in bear territory, and this is the last video I think I'm going to do about this trade on Bank of America. I think we know what to do and what should have been done. If we take a look at our trade currently as we tracked it, it hit a high of 38.03. So if you got out at 38.03, you still would have made $387 on the trade if you had bought it at $4.90. If you bought it at $41.40, you would have made let's see. I mean, and that's saying if you sold it at 38.03, you still would have made $300 on the trade. So it was a good trade, and it's not over, to be honest with you, because the president still has a 10% tariff, even though he paused for 90 days on a raising or negotiating, I guess, or whatever, this pause is. There's still a 10% active tariff. So that means that, the thing that everybody was afraid of the most is still there. It's just not as big and looming as before, except for unless you're, of course, China or Canada. Okay, so when you look at the market, we're still profitable on our short when it comes to Bank of America. Okay, we went short way up here, and it's still way down here. So it still hasn't gotten out of bear territory. I don't know what's going to, how their stocks are going to react to the fact that that there is still that 10% there looming. Because as far as I'm concerned, we're still unsure where we're going to be, and that's a problem for a lot of investors when they just don't know exactly what's going to happen. All right. So, at any rate, I think we proved that the best way to track your trade, an easier way to plan it out, and then you execute it as best you can, and you try to, when the time comes, to shut it down and get as much of a profit out of it as you can. And that's it for selling the stock short and tracking it and plotting it out. And, it's pretty much all you need to do. Right. Well, anyway, That's all I got for now. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be careful out there. These markets are crazy.